for me. Me and my short legs. Oh. Don't laugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna struggle myself. Oh God, I'm not that young anymore. Just do your PC camera again.
Could we have done that? Could we have used that camera? Would you have been able to send it if you filmed it on there?
I mean, I could record it, but if you have a laptop, then you could not do anything. You have a laptop on you? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is coming live from the Veneto Club, David Barros Stadium. It is a night game session. Hello, 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 hello. Can you pass my phone, Brent? It's on that side. Thank you. Good. All right.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Clash of match week 7 in the Senol NPLW Victoria, and a meeting tonight that asks a question of the early season. At the Veneto Club tonight, it is first against second. Boroondara, renewed by their American acquisitions and having risen from the mid-table wasteland chasing a 5th win from 6 games. And Box Hill United, the champions, setting a relentless pace at the top and in pursuit of a 6th straight victory to hold their spot at the summit. It is early still, but not insignificant, a night that begins to sketch the outline of what this season might become. And so under the sparkling Saturday night lights in Bulleen, 2 of the best so far, with something to prove and something to protect. It's Boroondara against Box Hill United on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Brent Sternberg is my name. Thanks for your company this evening. Here's how the 2 teams line up then. Boroondara named the same starting 11 that drew with Heidelberg United 2-2 14 days ago. So Mia Mossman is in goal. A back 4 of Shantea Herford, Bridie Cooling, the former Box Hill player, Kanako Higuchi and Maddie Darra. The holding midfielders will be Emma Vane and Zoe Bennett. Genevieve Fonts will start ahead of those 2, flanked by Priya Savra Ryan and the brilliant Sarah Bruner, who is looking to score in a 6th consecutive match tonight, leading the line for the Eagles, Coco Parker. Box Hill United make 2 changes from the side that dazzled Melbourne Victory last Friday night, winning 4-1. Yuri Kawano and Amelia Tartaglia are out of the squad, and it paves the way for Erin Keat to return to the starting 11, and it's a first start for Karina Todorova. Kili Segovic starts in goal for the defending champions, a back 4 of Summer Trask, Sydney Manerick, captain Sophia Paliwada and Karina Todorova. The 4 players in midfield, Gabby Simpson, Maho Murakami, Pearl Teen and Kiara Bocelli. And the strike force of Erin Keat, Box Hill's leading scorer so far this season, and former Boroondara player Grace Norbury. Our officials this evening, in the middle we have Rohan Nagansor, running with the flags on the sidelines, Denise Horner and Liana Georgiev, and the 4th official is Sam Goston. Brent Sternberg here with our cameraman Rahman. He's done the doubleheader at the Veneto Club this afternoon. Bulleen running out 3-0 winners over Preston earlier today. That means that Bulleen on the live table are top, but that will be extinguished after we play the 90 minutes here at the Veneto Club. If it's a draw, Box Hill will go back to the top, or if we have a winner, that team will go back to the top of the Senol NPLW Victoria table. Boroondara, despite being the home team, in their away colours again this evening with the white shirts and socks and purple shorts, and Box Hill United in Pythagoras blue. So early season momentum meets its first true resistance tonight. Both names at the summit, and now they must meet in the flesh and under the Saturday night microscope. Box Hill United going from left to right, and Boroondara, of course, from right to left. They should be fresh. The match that they were scheduled to play last week against South Melbourne postponed. That will take place in a couple of weeks' time. Box Hill United having played on Friday night last week, so a nice rest for them as well. 2nd and 3rd on the live table, but coming into match week 7 in 1st and 2nd position as the ladder starts to take shape. Here is Emma Vane, one of 3 Americans that the Eagles scouted in the off-season that have helped propel them from the mid-table purgatory where they have resided the last 2 seasons, but they have absolutely catapulted themselves into the championship discussion this season. Boroondara, 4 wins and a draw. They are the only team not to be beaten this season. That changed after Alamein lost earlier today. The ball spills here for Sarah Bruner, who is in on goal for Boroondara. He's denied by the frame of the goal. Summer Trask needed a couple of goes to get the ball clear. The brilliant American winger for the Eagles is denied, but an early warning shot fired. The Box Hill United. This is a Boroondara team that love to play on the counter-attack, and they will pounce on any mistake made in midfield. That's what happened there. Box Hill just a little bit loose in the middle third. Early opportunity, a golden opportunity comes and goes for the Eagles. Sarah Bruner has scored in each of the first 5 matches, as I mentioned in the preamble. If she does score this evening, She will become just the third player since at least 2002 to have scored in each of the first 6 matches to start a campaign. Most recently turning out for the University of South Florida. Prior to that was at the University of Virginia. Murakami's just going to be beaten here by her Japanese counterpart Kanako Higuchi and behind for a goal kick. So as I was mentioning before, that chance there for Sarah Brunner, 4 wins and 1 draw for Boroondara. As a result of that game against South Melbourne being postponed, they are playing with the game in hand. And Box Hill United, 5 consecutive victories after that surprising loss to the Essendon Royals on the opening night of the season. This is Gabby Simpson, who just runs into a little bit of trouble. Emma Vane and Aho Murakami are getting themselves acquainted. Erin Keats first touch, looking for Simpson. Away by Madeline Darragh. Erin Keats, who come from the bench last week in that 4-1 victory over the Melbourne Victory Academy side. They scored 4 scintillating goals, Box Hill United. Here is Grace Norbury, who was playing for Boroondara last season. Crossed to Wembley Park over the summer. Grace Norbury, just her 3rd start of the season. She scored one of those 4 goals last week in that 4-1 win over the Victory. They are playing beautiful football this season, Box Hill United. No championship hangover to speak of. And they will be the team that will likely take up most of the possession tonight. They do come into match week 7 ranked 4th in the NPLW for average time spent in possession. Boroondara down there in 12th of 14 teams. So they are a side that like to, as I mentioned, set up on the counter-attack. And it has served them well so far this season with the speed on the wing. Sarah Brunner, who we've already seen, and Priya Savri-Ryan, who's chipped in for a couple of goals this season herself. This is Shantea Herford, who bangs it forward. The header from Manerick. Tidied up in midfield by Norbury. A loose touch there from Gabby Simpson. Fortuitously, the ball comes back her way, and Simpson is around Madeline Darragh. Simpson rolling on down the right-hand channel for Box Hill United, stepping in brilliantly. Kanako Higuchi, one of the very best players in the Senol NPLW Victoria, regardless of position. You might look at her and think that she's undersized for a centre-back, but she's a tremendous player. Trask. Simpson. Almost fell there for Pearl Teen. The header from the aforementioned Higuchi. That comes from Trask and Manerick, and now here is the Box Hill United captain, Sophia Paliwata. Very neat and tidy footballer. It's a nice ball in over the top from Norbury to find Baccelli, who fires it in towards the back stick and, in fact, over the top and behind. Looks like Grace Norbury has lined up in midfield for Box Hill United. And Erin Keat is in fact playing as a striker alongside Pearl Teen, who has been playing mostly in midfield so far this season. So a little bit of a reshuffle of the starting 11 for Box Hill with those 2 changes. Yuri Kawano is a big loss for Box Hill United this season. Sarah Brunner just runs out of room on the near touchline. Yuri Kawano having scored 5 goals so far this season, including a hat-trick in that 8-0 thumping of Bentley on match day 2. Here's Coco Parker. Here come the Eagles. The ball's just gotten past Priya Savri-Ryan. And out races Keely Segovic, the goalkeeper for Box Hill United this season. She joins Pythagoras from the Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League women's competition, where she's spent the last 2 seasons, mostly on the bench. Only a couple of appearances for the Red and Black. And already 3 clean sheets this season for Keely Segovic. Oh, nice touch there from Bocelli. The New Zealander, 7 assists already this season. Murakami, I should say. Now here is the dangerous Erin Keats, who catches the desperate Bridie Cooling, who stuck out a leg and brings down the dynamic Box Hill attacker. Bridie Cooling goes into the book and will walk the tightrope for the rest of the night. And Box Hill United will step up to take their first penalty kick of the season. And that right there is the danger of the electric Erin Keats. Bridie Cooling, normally so calm and so assured. Just got the timing wrong on that one. And Bridie will play the best part of 80 minutes carrying a yellow card. It's Maho Murakami who steps up to the spot for Box Hill United. Murakami against the Boroondara captain, Mia Mossman. It's Maho Murakami. It's 1-0 to the champions, who strike from the blue corner. And 9 minutes into the match, the top of the table, Pythagoras, strike at the Veneto club and lead, thanks to their Japanese midfielder, Maho Murakami. Murakami's second goal of the season. The 27-year-old Japanese midfielder has scored for 2 weeks in a row now. So we've got a problem with the ball upon resumption. So a double-edged sword here for Boroondara, chasing the game, and with one of their defenders on a yellow card. It's Bridie Cooling's first booking of the season. So Pythagoras will play from in front. Oh, Erin Keats again, just buzzing around. Cooling, playing it coolly and calmly. Look at the tenacious pressing from Box Hill United. Higuchi must have thought about retreating. Brunner and Vane going from side to side, but not gaining any territory here, the Eagles. And here comes the turnover. Simpson, Teen, Murakami, happy to retreat. Box Hill United back in possession. Box Hill have scored first now for the 5th time in 7 games. Just a correction, it's the 6th time in 7 games that they have scored first. The one occasion they did not score first was that match day 1 loss to the Essendon Royals. The ball has gone behind here for a corner kick. First of the match. Our goal scorer, Maho Murakami, goes to collect the football. Batten down the hatches, time for Boroondara, who had a great opportunity in the early minutes of the match. Sarah Bruner rattling the frame of the goal. Now they are behind. Corner is taken short. Murakami and Bocelli combining. Murakami in towards the back post. Couldn't quite get it under her spell there. Box Hill United player. And I think we might have had a late change, in fact, for Box Hill United, because I could see Sarah Pekaris, the number 5, out on the far side. Just try and work out the player that we were told was starting, who in fact is not starting. I think it might be Karina Todorova. Can't spot the number 24 out there. We love it when the team play funny buggers. Good work here from Bruna. Trask concedes possession. Cooling, who of course is a former Box Hill United player. Bridie Cooling, 22 appearances for Pythagoras in 2024. Was at South Melbourne last season. Originally from Tasmania. South Hobart Football Club. So it'll be interesting to see now how that early goal for Pythagoras changes the dynamic of the game. That will mean that Boroondara won't be able to sit in and try and play on the counter-attack as much as they might have hoped, having gone behind early. And it is another early goal for Box Hill United. They've made a habit of scoring early goals so far this season. It's already the 7th goal that they have scored in the first 15 minutes of a match. Keats trying to turn, going to battle again with Cooling. Vane losing possession in midfield. Bocelli, a nice touch but unable to keep the ball live. It is always fascinating to contemplate how early goals change games. The Eagles will have to come out of their shell. Game of Kipsy-upsies is transpiring here on the far side. Eventually it settles with Bocelli. Mia Mossman off her line. Blasts it high into the night sky, controlled by Paliwoda. I mentioned that she's a very neat and tidy footballer earlier. She's played a lot of futsal in her young career. Generally players that come from the futsal arena are very adept with the ball at their laces. Oh, Manerick just struggling to get that one under control. Out for Summer Trask in the starting 11 again this evening. Nice ball to pick out Gabby Simpson, who once again has gotten in behind Dara of Boroondara. Draws Higuchi out of position, chips it in towards the near post. Did it take a touch? It did not. Goal kick for the Eagles. We're just on the number 54 for Box Hill United, Summer Trask. It's her 4th consecutive start now. Come off the bench in the first 3 games of the season. Scored her first goal in that 8-0 thumping of Bentley back on match week 2. Scored 3 goals in 3 appearances in the under-20s to start the season, and that was obviously enough for Gugulan Sabaratnam and the Box Hill coaches to elevate her into the senior starting 11. She does know this ground well. She's a former Bulleen player, Summer Trask. Come over from Bulleen in the most recent off-season. Was a part of the Bulleen under-17 title-winning team in 2023. Has been in the team of the week this season already a couple of times. Only 18. Turned 18 at the start of the month. Pekaris. Bocelli, that is a lovely crossfield pass out of congestion and out into the open for Summer Trask, who can't connect with Gabby Simpson, the right winger for United. Emma Vane is eventually able to dig it out for Shantea Herford. Savri Ryan, who has been blanketed through the first 17 minutes here by the players on the left-hand side for Box Hill. Pat Karras and Bocelli. They're retreating, some at Trask, or Maneric's pass could bring danger. Emma Vane, well done Norbury, the touch was good enough to find the captain. So we have to assume then that Karina Todorova is on the bench tonight for Box Hill United, so she's been denied her first start of the season. She was named in the starting 11 that we saw in the Dribble app, which is a new initiative this season, able to keep track of all of the goings-on up and down the pyramid, men's and women's. The Dribble app, it's for everybody, not just us commentators. Go to your app store and download that one, create your account, and bang, football heaven. And if you're looking at the game live right now, it will tell you that Box Hill United lead 1-0 and might be about to build on that lead as the long ball forward finds Murakami, who's looking for a double. Murakami can't get the ball to come down. Not in time anyway, if it was always going to come down, but up and over the crossbar. As we have light rain now falling at the Veneto Club. Cold snap has swept through Melbourne these past few days. Had our cameraman Rahman complaining to me about it before kickoff. Doesn't like the cold, Rahman. Almost as much as he doesn't like being called out live on air. Here's Bridie Cooling. Petkaris rumbling forward. Keats or Higuchi let it get behind. Erin Keat looking to shape to shoot. Erin Keats just unable to steer it into that bottom right-hand corner. And every time the ball is in her area, it looks like something promising will come to pass for the defending champions. Hard to believe she was playing in the second division last season, Erin Keat. Southern United. 12 goals in 15 appearances for Southern last season. Of course, 7 goals already this year for Box Hill. She returned to Box Hill this season. 21 appearances for Pythagoras either side of COVID. 19 and 2021. One of the many players that has gone over and spent some time in America as well was at Monroe University. Throw in adjacent to the 18-yard box. Trask trying to create something with a high ball to the edge of the 18-yard box. A defensive header from Higuchi. Brilliant skill there shown by Murakami. Teen spreading out wide. Bocelli signalling before the ball even arrived. Petkaris. I think that was a cross-come shot into the side netting. A little bit frustrating that we don't have the main scoreboard here working at the Veneto Club. Was that working for the first game, Rahman? It was. It ran out of juice. Bulleen beating Preston 3-0 here. Earlier on, of course, this is a ground where we have co-tenants in the Senol NPLW Victoria. Bulleen and Boroondara. Here's Genevieve Fonts, who has been very quiet through the first 21 minutes here. That's a poor giveaway. One of their other American signings. They signed both Genevieve Fonts and Emma Vane from the University of California, Davis, in the off-season. Emma Vane come to Australia via Southern United. Not that Southern United. Southern United in New Zealand. Struggled with injuries though last season. Never made an appearance for Southern United. Box Hill strangling the Eagles here at the Veneto Club after taking that early lead. Herford. Ball takes a deflection before disappearing out for a throw-in. This is the 11th league meeting between these two sides. Boroondara do lead the head-to-head 5 wins to 4 with 1 draw. Of course, Boroondara, their women's program anyway, being relatively new. First fielded a women's side in 2011. That ball forward will roll harmlessly out for a Box Hill goal kick. Of course, they were known as the Boroondara Carey Eagles before they dropped the Carey and were just Boroondara Eagles, which they adopted in 2023. That was the year that they were promoted back into the top division after finishing second in the VPLW. In 2022, having some difficulty playing out from the back here, Box Hill. Trask concedes possession. Higuchi. Cooling. Quite bizarrely, it looks like we have the rain falling on the training pitches out the back, but not the pitch that we are playing on. Most peculiar. Severi Ryan disappointingly has that ball come off her laces and out of play. Yeah, return to the top division, Boroondara, in 2023 for the first time since 2015. And they returned with a bang. They finished second on the table in 2023, losing to South Melbourne in the semi-finals of that year. 2024 and 2025, frustrating seasons for the Eagles, finishing mid-table. These long ball forwards for Boroondara are not working so far tonight. Unable to find the gaps in between the Box Hill back four. And again, good pressing there from Keat to force the Bridie Cooling error. Well, she's a great centre-back in her own right, Bridie Cooling, but she's had a shaky start to this one against her former side. Any anxieties that she might have had coming to the ground tonight have certainly not been allayed. Severi Ryan scrapping. Ball comes back the way of Petkaris. Norbury. Oh, inboard passes missed Murakami, but found Pearlteen. Trask. Simpson. Trask. Now Manerick. Pelliwoda now for Box Hill United. Long ball forward. Bocelli slipped in behind. The Kiwi is on side. Here's Petkaris now. Just not quite on the same page as her left winger. The left-sided players for Pythagoras unable to combine. Box Hill United beating Boroondara on both occasions last season. As Bridie Cooling just whacks it forward out of frustration more than anything. Keely Segovic will wander out of the 18-yard box to collect, and she will take it back into the box, her sanctuary, where she can take possession if she wishes. It was a Box Hill 2-0 win here at the Veneto Club match day 3. Katie Cox at the double on that particular afternoon. And the return fixture at Wembley on match day 14, a 3-2 victory for Pythagoras, who are going backwards here in a hurry. Keats races into the midfield position to maintain possession for the girls in blue. And that 3-2 victory on match day 14, it was an 87th minute Josephine Olasino goal that secured all 3 points for Box Hill. And didn't Josie score some integral goals last season for Box Hill? That's how she got the A-League women's contract. Canberra United this season. Manerick lays it off for Simpson. The rain starting to encroach the David Barrow Stadium, making conditions a little bit slick. Peltine, it looks like she's dropped back into midfield now. Trask and Parker shoulder to shoulder. Parker with a mid-air karate kick. Only scored the one goal this season, Coco Parker, but she's played a very important role as the number 9. Holding up the ball at times and allowing the two wingers to play off of her. Joined Boroondara in the off-season from Bentley. Box Hill United dominant in possession through the first 29 minutes here this evening. Cooling, giving up ground to Mossman. Higuchi. Again, the high pressing from Box Hill, and Murakami brings it clear. Keats trying to turn, shooting on the left, Erin Keats. And for the second time tonight, fires the ball past the upright. Such a damaging player. Keat can score, or can shoot and score on either foot. What a luxury it was last week to bring a player of her calibre off the bench. Remarkable. They were a team that didn't look like championship winners through the first half of the season. In 2025, Box Hill United, they certainly were elevated by the A-League women's players that joined them in the mid-season transfer window, namely Rihanna Policina and Karina Rossi, Sophia Sakalis as well. Certainly looks like a better Box Hill 11 to start the 2026 campaign. Is it an 11 that can propel Pythagoras to back-to-back championships? That's a great pass from Bocelli. Simpson rides the challenge to the back post. No one really there for United. Cooling slices the clearance. It's not really a clearance at all, to be fair. Simpson just losing her footing. And turned away by Brunner. Half an hour played at the Veneto Club. Boroondara had the first opportunity of the match when Sarah Brunner pounced on a Pythagoras error and fired the ball into the frame of the goal. That happened inside the first 3 minutes of the match. And since then it has been all Box Hill United. Their goal coming in the 9th minute, a Maho Murakami penalty after Bridie Cooling brought down Erin Keats inside the 18-yard box. We don't get live stats in the Senol NPLW that can tell us what the possession share has been so far tonight, but I can guarantee you that Box Hill United have had more than their season average of 54%. Mossman has to come to claim to prevent it from rolling behind for a corner. Vane. A high percentage of their passes that they have had in this first half, Boroondara, would have been passes that have gone either sideways or backwards. Or Brunner, her pass designed for Madeline Darragh, runs out of play. Vane, look out. Cooling. Oh, Bocelli takes it off her boot. Chiara Bocelli! Had to shoot quickly. Mia Mossman was arriving. Mia Mossman may have been hurt in that transaction. The shot from the Kiwi, Bocelli, goes wide. But once again, the high energy pressing from Box Hill United really worrying the Boroondara back four. Bocelli and Keats and Simpson and Pearl-Teen sweating on every shaky Boroondara pass. That was nice from Bruna, but ultimately unsuccessful. Teen cleared by Dara. Fonts will be penalised. A couple of Americans there who have come down under to try and further their career. Sydney Manerick from the University of Clemson. Genevieve Fonts from the University of California, Davis. Here comes Priya Savra Ryan. Albury just gets there ahead of her. Oh, look out. Oh, a very risky back pass that concedes a rather cheap corner kick. Box Hill United really, for the first time since that Sarah Brunner shot that hit the goal frame, looking shaky defensively. And is this the ticket for Boroondara to find their way back into the match? It will be a right-footed in-swinger sent in by Zoe Bennett. In towards the back post, headed by Font. The bouncing ball has beaten Keely Segovic, and Boroondara, who have made a habit of scoring goals from set pieces this season, have another. And it's the equaliser. Genevieve Fonts at the back post scores for Boroondara and restores parity at the Veneto club. And that is how quickly, Raman, a football match can swing. They have barely had a sight on goal, Boroondara, since that effort from Sarah Brunner. One wonky defensive moment from Box Hill United. One sloppy corner kick conceded. One goal, and Box Hill are back on the attack. It just rolls into the 18-yard box, which allows Mossman to claim. So we thought there would be goals. Here we are as we head towards or into the final 10 minutes of the first half. One goal apiece. Good defensive effort there from Kanako Higuchi. Genevieve Fonts, by the way, with her fourth goal of the season. And they have been a threat this year from set pieces, Boroondara. I had a look at their match live earlier this season against the Essendon Royals, and one of the first things that really struck me about this Eagles team is how tall they are. They do have a lot of height. They can beat you on the counter-attack with their speed on the wings, but they do have quite a bit of height, particularly through their midfield. Obviously Genevieve Fonts, who scored that goal, but Emma Vane has also scored a couple of goals from corner kicks this season. Zoe Bennett, who has an assist now after delivering that set piece, has also got some height as well. As Kanako Higuchi takes over the goal kick duties. Norbury for Bocelli, who's got to get on her bike to retrieve this football. And she does. Trying to run straight through Hereford. Showed a little bit too much of it to Bridie Cooling, who takes no risks and no prisoners. Going to dig their heels in, Boroondara. They don't want to concede a second shortly after finding their way back into the match, as the flag is raised on this near touchline for offside. Boroondara's 17th goal of the season. 16 goals through their first 5 matches. That was the most that they'd scored through the first 5 matches since 2023, that wonderful first season back in the top flight. Bruna couldn't make a run at that ball because she knew she was offside. Savra Ryan forces Sydney Manerick into playing the ball out to touch and ensuring that Boroondara will take over possession by way of a throw-in. We need to recruit the football here on the near side. The one that was in play is now on one of the training pitches out the back. It may even be on Bulleen Road. One or two false starts on the throw-in. Good work by Fonts to maintain possession there. Cooling fires it into the box. Getting down low is Manerick. Brought down by Emma Vane, who fiddles one in for Coco Parker, who was caught on her heels. May have been in an illegal position. Oh, Segovic again. Using every second she has available. Ended up flat on her back there, bowled over by Fonts, who did have a very quiet first 25 minutes, but has sprung into the match now with that goal moments ago from the corner. Keats attracting plenty of attention, as you might well imagine. Bruna dispossesses her. Parker for Hereford, who's happy to retreat. And for one of the few times in this first half, Boroondara now having a good spell of possession. Box Hill's relentless pressing continues. Long ball forward for Fonts to chase. Manerick is right there with it. Genevieve Fonts coming into this match is averaging just over 3 shots per goal. On goal, I should say, per game. Originally from Hilmar, California. $18 goals in 65 appearances in her collegiate career at the University of California, Davis. In 5 seasons from 2021 to 2025. Down goes Emma Vane. Grace Norbury gets off the hook. And speaking of off the hook, here comes Chiara Bocelli, trying to play the pass in for Erin Keats. Higuchi with her defensive duties. Be interesting to see how these two teams go about things philosophically here. Who is the keener to try and take the lead into half-time? Here's Gabby Simpson cutting inside. Runs into the Higuchi brick wall. And that ball ricocheted off the attacker last. An interesting statistical anomaly, despite the fact that they're right down the bottom, Boroondara, in terms of average possession per game. They are averaging the most shots on goal per game. Just a tick under 18 per match. That one just gets away from Teen. Murakami. Simpson on the turn. Just behind Pearl Teen. Murakami's first time ball in towards the back post and bounces away from Bocelli. Box Hill United have had a remarkable run of goal scoring. It's now 24 consecutive matches that they have scored in the league, dating back to last season, of course. They've only failed to score in one of their past 39 matches. Brunner. Can she turn the corner here and get past Summer Trask? Sarah Brunner dancing on the ball. It's a well-placed cross. Gets past Fonts. Hits up for Sarah Ryan, who sees her shot blocked. And it bounces away wickedly and behind for Boroondara's second corner kick of the night. Edging towards half-time. And the Eagles have flicked the switch. They will feel like they maybe should have been in front after that early opportunity that went awry for Sarah Brunner. They then conceded that penalty. It took about 20 minutes or so to get their bearings. Here they are with an opportunity perhaps to take the lead. In towards the near post. Up goes the commanding Keely Segovic and pulls it out of the frosty night sky here in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. Awkward bounce there for Peltine. Able to grab possession eventually. Manerick for Simpson, who's gotten the better of Maddie Darragh again. Whizzes the pass across the 18-yard box. Pacelli for Keat, who got herself free, but Higuchi favoured by the bounce. And it looked like both teams are doing their utmost to try and score this goal that will snare the lead at half-time. Waiting for the call on how many added minutes we have to end this rather entertaining first half here at the Veneto Club. Fonts. Lovely piece of skill there, fooled Murakami. Higuchi. And now Cooling. Boroondara look to set themselves up for another attack. A ball into midfield. Well, Fonts let it run, hoping that it would reach Brunner. It didn't. Simpson runs the ball out of play. Just the 1 minute of time added on. Haven't had too many major stoppages in this first half outside of the 2 goals and awaiting for the football to be retrieved. Murakami for Pacelli. Herford has just stayed off her. Pacelli dancing on the ball. Keat anticipating the pass, or perhaps Murakami, who will shoot from distance. It takes a deflection and disappears past the far upright. And the final act of this first half will be a Box Hill United corner kick. All hands to the pump defensively for Boroondara. Pacelli with the one hand raised. That's generally the signal for a ball that will be delivered at the near post. So Chiara Pacelli pierces the football through the sheet of rain in towards the penalty spot. Higuchi's header. And Sarah Brunner uses her pace to get Boroondara out of trouble. Just going on an adventure. Paliwoda stands in the way. And that will be half-time at the Veneto Club in this top-of-the-table clash. Applause from both sets of fans, and rightly so. An entertaining first 45 minutes. We started in dry conditions. The rain has come to meet us. That has complicated things a little bit. Sarah Brunner with the first great chance of the match in the first 3 minutes. Rattled the frame of Keely Segovic's goal. Early opportunity went by the wayside for Boroondara. And then in the 9th minute, Erin Keats earned a penalty for Box Hill United, brought down by Bridie Cooling. It was a penalty that was earned by Erin Keat and scored by Maho Murakami. And then a defensive error from Box Hill United led to a corner kick that Boroondara were able to take the utmost advantage. Zoe Bennett steering one into the back post. A Genevieve Fonts header to bring Boroondara level. And that is the state of play at the intermission here at the Veneto Club. We'll take a quick break. Rahman and myself, Brent Sternberg, will warm up. We might go get a hot chockey. Rahman shout, of course, at half-time here at the Veneto Club. Boroondara 1, Box Hill United 1. Welcome back to the Veneto Club, where it is 1-1 as we are on the cusp of the second half between the top two teams on the table in the Senol NPLW Victoria coming into match week 7. Maho Murakami scoring for Box Hill United from the spot in the 9th minute. And Genevieve Font scoring from a corner in the 35th minute for Boroondara. Has us at a stalemate as we go for the second half. Brent Sternberg here with you on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. That was a poor clearance from Segovic. Parker couldn't get control of it. We've had one change at halftime, that being made by Boroondara, where Zoe Bennett has made way for 15-year-old Elysia Crisfield, who makes her second appearance of the season. Elysia did make an appearance off the bench on match day 2 in their win over the Essendon Royals. So 15-year-old and a young 15 as well, doesn't turn 16 until late December. Elysia made 23 appearances for the under-17s last season. She's another player that has crossed to Boroondara from Box Hill over the summer. She scored 8 goals in those 23 appearances in the under-17s last season, wearing the blue of Box Hill United. Good start here to the second half for the Eagles, who really grew in confidence after scoring that goal from that corner kick that Box Hill United so cheaply conceded. And the light rain that we had to finish the first half, I should say, has not greeted us here for the start of the second. Box Hill United, as you were, no changes for them. Shantea Herford steps in to win the ball back for Boroondara. And the Eagles are on the march. Herford's cross is headed by Savra Ryan, but couldn't work the angle. The only player out there on a yellow card, I can tell you, is the centre-back for Boroondara, the number 5, Bridie Cooling. Reminding you of our officials. In the middle we have Rohan Nagansor, Denise Horner and Liana Georgiev are our sideline officials, and the 4th official tonight is Sam Goston. So it's all set up for a big second 45 minutes here at the Veneto Club. Top spot on offer for the winner here tonight. If it's a draw, it'll be Box Hill United go to the top. Keep in mind that Boroondara do have a game in hand. This is their 6th game of the season. Box Hill United's 7th, as a result of the Eagles' match last weekend against South Melbourne being postponed. Great pass out of midfield from Manerik to find Bocelli, who was terrific on the left wing in the first half. Bocelli's cross across the 18-yard box. Erin Keat blocked by Higuchi rather bravely. Bocelli's first touch was a little untidy. Well done there by Crisfield. Causes the turnover. Parker comes rolling forward, runs into Peliwoda. Both teams desperate to plot their way forward and find the go-ahead goal. Of course, we will be on our Easter break next weekend. So whoever emerges triumphant tonight will be able to spend the Easter weekend with their family, checking the table on the Dribble app with their side sitting on top. Bocelli, tight turning circle, worn closely by Crisfield, who looks like Elysia Crisfield has taken up a spot in the midfield in between the defensive back 4, almost as I think they call that the number 6, in between the defensive and midfield blocks. Keat passes that one that dribbles along the edge of the penalty area. I think was hoping more than anything that a teammate would be able to make something more of it. We hope that there's no injury or anything untoward for Zoe Bennett, who was withdrawn from the match at half-time. She has an assist to her name, of course, delivering that corner that the Eagles scored from. The one thing that they would have been buoyed by at half-time, Boroondara, is despite all the possession that Box Hill had, they didn't really create too many clear-cut opportunities. And they won't be able to conjure one here as Gabby Simpson is offside. But she was one of their best players in that first 45. Gabby Simpson down the right-hand flank beat the Boroondara left back, Madeline Darrah, many times. Ball here will break for Savra Ryan, who has that speed to burn. Crosses it towards the penalty area. It's sliced away by Manerick. Cooling's cross. Coco Parker was just ghosting in on the back shoulder there of Summer Trask. Well done by Emma Vane. This is Brunner. Crisfield does well to find Savra Ryan. Promising build up here for the Eagles until Priya Savra Ryan put the ball into my Honda Civic's windshield. The other players on the bench for Boroondara this evening: Simone Vass, striker Elise Cook, Mia McGavigan, and Emily Lewis, and the reserve goalkeeper is Taylin Wolfe. So still some attacking options to go to turn to if need be. Well done, Savra Ryan, to win the ball and keep it in play. Parker's in the area, goes in her direction. Manerick called into defensive action once again. The second half has started as a mirror image of the first. Parker said it doesn't quite get through to Fonts, who might have been offside. It might have been Coco Parker, in fact, who was in an illegal position. On the bench for Box Hill United, youngster Katie Collins, who is yet to make an appearance this season. It's her first time in the squad in 2026. Also on the bench, Theodora Wilson, Nicolina Bacallo, Victoria Zekas, and Karina Todorova, who was actually named on the referee sheet as a starter. Well done, Savra Ryan, brilliant, combining with Parker. Savra Ryan really coming into the game. Parker lets it run, hit by Genevieve Fonts. Will hit it first time on her non-preferred left boot, and it just curls away from the goal frame. But they have come out the dominant team in their second half, Boroondara. They've spent most of the early season on top of the table, have the Eagles. And this was a real litmus test for them tonight. Their 4 victories this season have come against the struggling Bentley Greens, the struggling Melbourne City Academy Girls, the Jekyll and Hyde Essendon Royals, and the indifferent Preston Lions. So 4 wins that maybe the cynical NPLW fans will look at and think, well, okay, you can only beat who's in front of you, but no wins there that really moved the needle. That would change with a win tonight. Coco Parker slides it through for Sarah Bruner. It's Sarah Bruner who has the ball taken off her laces brilliantly by Sydney Manerick. And it was really Bruner's first opportunity since hitting the frame of the goal in the first 3 minutes of the match. But it's remarkable how different Boroondara have looked to start this second half. They've had a monopoly on the possession through the first 10 minutes of this second half. The first 45 was, in terms of possession, dominated by Box Hill United. As I was mentioning earlier, this win, if they were to get the 3 points tonight, Boroondara would be their best win of the season by far. It would be one of their best wins that they have had since returning to the top division. Simpson wins it in midfield for Box Hill. Can't quite find Aaron Keat with the forward pass. Oh, Mossman only just gets it past the lunging Aaron Keat. Here go Box Hill with that tenacious pressing again. Ball pinballs around on the far touchline. It stays in the field of play. The battle between the two number 7s. Emma Vane wins the day and then sees her wayward pass go out of bounds. Box Hill United, meantime, their 5 victories have come against Bentley, Preston, maybe most impressively Heidelberg United, South Melbourne, and last week the Melbourne Victory Academy side. The standout victory in there was that 4-0 win over the Burgers in the grand final rematch. They played some sparkling football that night. Pythagoras, Keats cross, Bocelli is there. Oh, Mossman doesn't take it cleanly. Pellywater, difficult one for Norbury to control. Savra Ryan. Pellywater. The lunging Pearl team can't control it. Good pressing though. Well, Keat trying to repay the favour. Asking a little bit of Teen. Dara. Clearance blocked by Keats. They walk the tightrope, Boroondara. Higuchi clears. Back with Norbury. Simpson. Encouraged to shoot by the Box Hill fans in attendance tonight who have made their relatively short trip to the Veneto Club. Racing forward, Manerick. Getting a little bit ragged in midfield. Another turnover. Patkaris lays it off nicely for Bocelli. Wants to get onto her right boot. Bocelli! Another half opportunity presents itself for Box Hill. Bocelli with 3 goals this season. I mentioned in the first half that she has 7 assists already this campaign. Our leading assistees last season were Josephine Olicino and Olivia Bomford. They had 8. And we still have, after tonight, for Box Hill, 19 matches to play. So she's got to smash the assists that we had last year. The Pythagoras substitutes warming up in the corner. Manerick back for Keely Segovic, who has kept 3 clean sheets this season, but won't be keeping one tonight. Oh, Teen and Vane. High speed collision there. Simpson, well, got past Madeline Darrett again, but this time it was the far touchline that thwarted her. Approaching the hour mark here at the Veneto Club. It's been mainly Boroondara in this second half in terms of possession and attacking prowess. Box Hill really with just that one shot from Bocelli a moment ago that strayed wide. Breaks here for Savra Ryan. On the edge of the box, Savra Ryan. It's deflected on its way to the back post. And the scrambling Keely Segovic jumps on the ball and has a couple land on top of her. And the referee, Rohan Nagansor, is quickly over there to make sure everybody's okay. Segovic helped to her feet. Got to be brave being a goalkeeper in this sport. I mean, you've got to come out and jump on a ball like that, and you've got players from both teams coming in and trying to kick your head. Well, not trying to kick your head off, but that could be the consequence. Here's Bocelli. Simpson in a bit of space. Can she get past Dara again? Dara's just turned her wide of the goal mouth. Trask. Show of strength there from Sarah Brunner. Well, they've had such a great record away from home in recent times, Box Hill United. 5 wins from their 11 away trips last season. They haven't lost away from home since match day 10 last season against Spring Hills. Brunner, cross. Parker is there. Now, who got that last touch? The defender, says our official on this near touchline. So, a corner kick for Boroondara. And if you weren't with us in the first half, I made the point that they are one of the most dangerous teams from corners this season. And indeed, that is how they scored their first goal, or their only goal so far this evening. But their corner kick taker, Zoe Bennett, is now on the bench. So it's up to Sarah Brunner to deliver this one. Will still be a right-footed in-swinger. Savra Ryan, as you can see, comes out to provide the short option, but Brunner goes in towards the middle. Fonsa's header again. Wow, she's got a Tim Cahill-like uncanny knack of finding herself at the ball drop. This one going over the frame of the goal. Great work by Boroondara. Parker with her back to goal, just lost possession. Norbury plays that one out to no man's land. "63 minutes played at the Veneto Club. Boroondara 1, Box Hill United 1. On the live table, Box Hill United are 1 point clear of Bulleen. Boroondara in third spot on the live table, but remember, 1 game in hand. And that match that was postponed against South Melbourne will be played on Wednesday night, the 8th of April, the Wednesday after Easter. Oh, Higuchi, the second mid-air karate kick we've seen tonight. Oh, that pass has shown way too much to Erin Keat. And now Shantaya Herford has to come in and extinguish the danger, and she does. Oh, Crisfield completely lost that one in the lights, perhaps. And then a whistle going against Pythagoras. Yeah, that will be the next match that Boroondara play on the 8th of April, a Wednesday night trip to Lakeside. Of course, there's no games on the Easter weekend, I should say, next week for the top division teams or the VPLW teams either, for that matter. It is a cup weekend. But as we're still in the early rounds of the Nike FC Cup, it doesn't concern the 14 teams in the Senol NPLW or the 12 teams in the VPLW. Still a few weeks before the top flight teams have to worry about juggling both the cup and league endeavours. Long ball here for Simpson. Stops and staggers and then loses the ball. Fonts, first time release. Brunner tearing down the middle. Savra Ryan makes the run. Brunner delays the pass. Sarah Brunner carries it all the way to the edge of the 18-yard box. Is it idea to shoot? It is. And she has her head in her hands. She knows she might have done better. I just don't think she saw the channel open up that would have allowed the pass to go through for Savra Ryan. Such was the compact nature of the Box Hill United back four. And so still we are in a holding pattern here at the Veneto Club. Murakami, who put United in front from the penalty spot in the 9th minute. Oh, Bocelli not happy with herself there. Talking about the Cup earlier, of course, both of these teams former winners of the Women's State Knockout Cup competition. Box Hill United inaugural winners in 2012. Because it's a much younger competition than the Men's Docketed Cup that has been played for years. That's a lovely ball through for Vane. Here is Sarah Brunner! And Boroondara's American sniper hits the target again. And the Eagles have turned it around. What a ball from Emma Vane. And a shot hit with venom. And Sarah Brunner, with that goal, has scored in the first 6 games of the season. Just the 3rd player to do that in the NPLW Victoria since at least 2002. As we await now a double change here for Pythagoras. We are going to see Gabby Simpson and Pearl Teen removed. And coming on for Pythagoras, Nicolina Bacallo. And the lady that we thought was starting tonight, but wasn't, Karina Todorova. So Boroondara take the lead. Box Hill United go to the bench immediately. Boroondara 2, Box Hill United 1. And on the live table, the Eagles are on top, but here come Pythagoras. Erin Keat. A wall of white shirts ahead of her, and eventually they overwhelm the Pythagoras winger, who is now struggling, I think, with a bit of cramp. So, Sarah Brunner with her 7th goal of the season. Emma Vane with her first assist. The American connection coming to the fore. Oh, gee. Herford blasts that one into Todorova. Not into the head, thankfully. Savra Ryan tangling with Murakami, Petkaris. Todorova had to be quick. Well done, Coco Parker. Chris Field. Pass is a little loose. Higuchi made it look better than it was. And Higuchi keeps on coming forward. Oh, a timely interception there from Manerick. We mentioned in the first half that this felt like the first big blockbuster game of the season. It was an exciting first 45, if a little tense at times. It's coming to the boil nicely now. And Boroondara are coming to the party. Parker for Hereford. Savra Ryan. Can't get it back to the Boroondara right back. Box Hill United are behind for the first time since match day 1. Here's Bacallo, one of the most experienced Box Hill United players in the squad. Actually made one appearance for Boroondara when she was here at the Veneto Club in the second half of the 2022 season, the promotion year for the Eagles. Paliwoda lofting it in, making it a little awkward for Bocelli. If the Veneto Club, David Barrow Stadium here at the Veneto Club was a couple of metres wider, the New Zealander might have been in. Difficult one there for Hereford. Murakami, Manerik. Now it's Boroondara's chance to up the ante, pressing. Great delivery from Murakami. Bakello, adamant that that throw in is for Box Hill, and it is. Ball in the corner. Oh, the sweet feet of Bakello. Very pretty. In the end, it ricochets out for Fonts. Plays it out off Manerik. It's been a while since Boroondara have come from behind in a match to win. They were unable to do so last season. The last time they come from behind to win was match day 4, 2024, a game against the Essendon Royals, when they went behind 1-0 and ended up turning that match around and winning by a score of 2-1. Higuchi taking ownership of this one. Cooling, who has played well since going into the book early on in the opening half. Oh, Manerik putting herself in harm's way. Bakello, maybe one of the most technically gifted players at Box Hill United. Hasn't played a lot in the early stages of this season, coming back from injury, but she's a gifted footballer. This ball will stay in play. Manerik retreats. The fans in the terraces here at the Veneto Club on either side of Rahman and I, they are on the edge of their seats. Got a good contingent of Pythagoras fans just to our left. Manerik's long ball just over the head of Bocelli. Petkaris obviously onside, so Hereford has to make a decision here. It was last touched by the Boroondara right back, and so a throw in for Pythagoras. And now we will have a halt in play. Emma Vane screaming at our referee, Rowan Nagansor. It's Kanako Higuchi who has gone down. Erin Keat is down as well. We saw her cramping a little earlier in the half. She's now getting some help from her teammates, stretching out those calf muscles. Perhaps not entirely up to match fitness, Erin Keat. Maybe that's why she was a second half substitute last weekend. We might take this opportunity to run you through the results so far. Match week 7. We'll be back underway here at the Veneto Club in just a moment. Spring Hills getting a great win at home last night over South Melbourne, 1-0. And all of the other games have transpired this afternoon at 12 p.m. Lunchtime kickoff, Avondale and Bentley. Avondale winning 5-1, so another heavy defeat for the Greens. Might just stay with live play here for a moment. Bocelli did not take a touch off the defender, and so a goal kick. The first ever Melbourne derby in the Senol NPLW was played earlier today. Melbourne victory winning by that same scoreline, 5-1. They are going a little better than the Melbourne City Academy girls. Essendon Royals beating Keilor Park 3-2. Heidelberg United beating Alamein 2-1. Had Alamein won that match, they would have gone top of the table momentarily. Alamein's first loss of the season. Heidelberg just creeping their way slowly into the campaign. Brilliant back heel there from Vane, Savra Ryan and Fonts. Good defensive interjection there from Murakami. And the game here at the Veneto Club earlier this afternoon. FC Bulleen Lions 3, Preston Lions 0. Preston did play the last 20 or so minutes with just the 10 players. Ella Talevski was sent off in that match. And I believe prior to that red card, it was Bulleen 2-0. So one goal added after the red card. Here's a chance for Brunner potentially. Shielding the ball, paving a way in towards the near post. Paliwotis defensive header. And Bakello can bring the ball up the pitch. But cannot connect with Erin Keat. So this being the last game of match week 7. As Box Hill are going back to the bench, Erin Keat is being withdrawn to be replaced by Victoria Zikas, the number 20. Her second appearance of the season, Victoria Zikas. She was a second half substitute in that big win over Bentley on match day 2. Box Hill United in an unfamiliar position, chasing the game. Chances have been few and far between in their second half for the defending champions. Well into the final quarter hour now at the Veneto Club. Trask can't keep that ball in play. Was ever present in the first half. Summer Trask has been a little bit anonymous in the second half. Vane's header. Fonts is too strong for Murakami. Parker's outside heel flick was delightful. Didn't quite get to Savra Ryan. Paliwoda. Oh, Vane brings it down majestically for Fonts, who lays it back to her former University of California Davis teammate, Hereford. Parker appears on the right wing this time for the Eagles. Couldn't get it through the blue wall. Bakello. Just going to run out of room. They have scored 4 goals this season, Box Hill United, in the final 15 minutes of matches. As Crisfield picks it up in midfield. And that one's going to roll all the way through to Sigovic. They did score a lot of late goals last season, 11 in the final quarter hour. That was in the top 3 for that particular statistic. That one didn't quite find its way through for Fonts. Murakami. Paliwoda with the ball and with the instructions all at once. Trask, it looked like she's might have been moved into midfield. Bocelli chases and retrieves. She's onside, Bocelli. Does so well to get out of the corner. Bocelli, defensive header from Higuchi, who's now back up on her feet and into the match. Fonts' clearance goes straight up and down. Bakello, they stay off her. Ask the question of Mossman. Well, we have seen some ordinary goalkeeping errors that have led to goals so far in match week 7. Mia Mossman determined not to give up another one there. Crisfield getting in the way. Pekaris. Bocelli closed down by Hereford, who I think has been Penalised there for a handball. Well, they will throw everything at this one, these two teams, in this last 10 minutes. 1 week off to recuperate. Murakami's header, but just bounces away from Bacallo. Awkward one there for Vane. Todorova beats Sarah Brunner. Parker wins it back for Boroondara, who would love a third goal to turn the lights out here on the defending champions and make a statement that will ripple through the NPLW Victoria. Bocelli. Meneric's touch there will fortuitously get to Zikas. She's the one that has gone into the right back position, and Summer Trask has been advanced further up the pitch. Looks like they're still in their 4-4-2 Box Hill, with Bacallo and Todorova as the strikers. Fonts again able to shepherd the ball goal side, but Menerick races across and helps out her defensive teammates. That's a poor pass. It's one of the rare errors that Sydney Menerick has made tonight. Looks like Grace Norbury has also gone into the back four potentially. Cooling. Oh, searing ball, Parker. Well, Fonts might have just put her off the scent there for a moment. What a pass it was from Bridie Cooling. Murakami lunging. And now losing out to Crisfield, who has been good, the 15-year-old, since coming into the match. Has not looked out of place. Of course, it is famous, the Senol NPLW Victoria, for blooding young players, but even by the NPLW standards, 15 is quite young. Here's a change for Boroondara. Madeline Darragh is being replaced by Emily Lewis, who is more of an attacking-minded player, so that might be a shake-up here for Boroondara. Emily Lewis coming on for her second appearance of the season. Her last appearance come in the Eagles' last game against Heidelberg United, off the bench. Bocelli, Murakami. Bocelli likes to shoot from distance, shoots from distance, and it's parried away by Mossman. And it goes right along the touchline. And Cooling, Herford I should say, does well to play it off the back of the Box Hill player. And harmlessly out for a goal kick. Emily Lewis is indeed an attacking player. She's scored 4 goals already in the under-20s this season in just 3 appearances. Bacallo lays it off for Bocelli. They're pressing here, Box Hill. They get this throw in. 6 minutes of the 90 to play. The biggest 6 minutes of the season so far for these two teams. Emma Vane wins the ball back on the touchline. She's been terrific tonight, Emma Vane. That pass going forward is a little astray. As I keep mentioning on the live table, Boroondara are on top with a game in hand. What a position to be in. On top with 16 points. Bulleen in second and Box Hill down in third on 15 points. It's all very tight, of course. But keeping in mind that game that Boroondara have in hand, that they will play Wednesday week at Lakeside, and they'll be back up just 4 days later to play Melbourne Victory on the Sunday at the home of the Matildas. So they will have to rotate their squad post-Easter. They've only used 15 players through the first 6 games, Boroondara. They'll have to dig a little deeper, I should say, into the reserves to navigate that tricky part of the fixture. Box Hill United dominating possession these last 5 minutes or so, but Shelley's been very good. Is there one more goal for the defending champions to bring themselves level? On the far side, this is Trask. Ball into the 18-yard box. Bacallo, who was onside. The ball just didn't quite bounce up for her. It was at really too low of a trajectory to be able to get down in time and get it on target. A glancing header. Goes wide, agonisingly wide. Was that the chance? Nicolina Bacallo, who I do remember scored a brilliant header a couple of years ago for Box Hill United in a fixture against Boroondara at Wembley Park. That one was just a little bit too awkward. A glancing touch here. Here's trouble. Emily Lewis, known for her speed, gives up on that ball, cuts her losses, and takes the corner kick. And the white shirts of Boroondara descend upon the 6-yard box. Sarah Bruner goes over to take. And they go in search of the goal that will wrap up this fixture. They don't commit all their resources to this set piece. Bruner fishes it in. Fonts again. For the second time in their second half, has had what was as good as a free header sail over the crossbar. And on another night, Genevieve Fonts might have had a hat-trick. Manerick has some space to utilise here. Long ball forward for Bacallo. Comes back to Bacallo. Here's Todorova. Trask doesn't hit it first time. It's a pretty good cross though, Bacallo. Mossman doesn't quite extinguish the danger. Murakami has a fresh air swing. Todorova denied by the crossbar. And that's how close Pythagoras came to drawing things level here at the Veneto Club. What a strike from the 18-year-old Karina Todorova. It jangled the frame of the goal. Mossman must have thought that she was beaten. And Mossman may have got a little piece, a telling piece. And the game is now 1-1 in terms of hitting the post. Sarah Bruner in the early minutes. A hotly fought over throw in. Boroondara will make a change here. Everybody was so busy fighting over the throw in. Priya Savra Ryan will make way. She's being asked to leave via the near touchline. Elise Cook will replace Savra Ryan, who has been pretty good tonight, much better in the second half. Elise Cook, the number 9 for Boroondara. Into the final minute of the 90 we go. Norbury and Fonts. Norbury plays it well. Manerick. Long ball. Gets past Bruner. It looks like she's dropped a little deeper. The American winger for Boroondara. It's her goal that, at the moment, separates these two sides and has Boroondara on top of the table. The final seconds of the 90. I can't imagine we'll have too much time added on. We had only 1 minute at the end of the first half. Burchelli. Bacallo. Murakami in the box, but Karis too, but Karis is onside. The cutback deflects behind for a corner kick as we venture into 4 minutes of second half stoppage time. And in the first minute of that 4, Keely Segovic is coming up to the corner kick. That's a bold move. A right-footed in-swinger it will be. In towards the near post, the defensive header from Higuchi. Box Hill United have to be careful here. Segovic is scrambling. Herford blasts it forward. Emily Lewis will take up possession on the halfway line. Segovic still scrambling. It's a 100-yard sprint. Segovic back in position. Lewis for Fonts, who's tired first touch, let her down. Lewis crosses it into the 18-yard box. Parker can't control it, and we settle down again. Vane and Manerick go down. The foul goes the way of Sydney Manerick. I don't think I've ever seen a team send up a goalkeeper for a corner kick in the first minute of second half stoppage time. It might have made more sense if we only had 1 minute. 90 seconds into the 4 minutes that we were promised. Segovic kicks it into the back of Fonts, who goes into the book. The referee said you didn't give the goalkeeper enough breathing room. If that was the case, she maybe should have been told a little earlier. Has to be 5 yards. Well, she's just as close as she was the first time around. Genevieve Fonts. If she blocks it again, she'll get another and she'll be sent off. Edge of the 18-yard box, Bocelli lurking menacingly, cooling. Once again, taking no risks. Box Hill United continue to press. Everybody with their head on a swivel looking for a fresh football. These seconds that we are losing will be added on. So a throw in. Can Box Hill United maybe conjure something from a long throw in here? The run up. Petkaris only just reaches the 18-yard box. Comes back to the Box Hill youngster. And it deflects. Well, it doesn't deflect. It was just a poor pass from Petkaris that only a throw in, but it concedes possession. Are the Eagles interested in a third goal here, or is it dig your heels in and protect what you've got? 60 seconds away from what would be their biggest win for a couple of seasons, Boroondara. A lot of players crowding this area. Bocelli trying to bring it clear. Here is Zikas, who concedes possession. And Sarah Bruner is running. Playing the ball forward. Fonts, if she can keep it in, is onside. Will she go to the corner? That is the plan. It's going to be tough for Manerick to get around her. Oh, she does. She pokes it clear. Lewis. And on the touchline, it goes out for a throw-in for the Eagles. As the final seconds tick away, we've now played the allotted 4 minutes of stoppage time. We are now at the discretion of the referee. Boroondara want to keep it in the corner. It's out for a throw-in, this time Box Hill United. All systems go for Pythagoras. Todorova, who had Box Hill's best chance in the second half. A fiercely hit strike that jangled the frame of the goal. Box Hill just cannot get the ball up the field. And here is Crisfield, the 15-year-old. Herford retreats. And there is the final whistle. And a new challenger enters the discussion in the Senol NPLW Victoria. The Boroondara Eagles with one of their finest victories since being promoted back into the top division in 2023. They have beaten the defending champions at home tonight. A game in which they went behind after 9 minutes. Maho Murakami giving Pythagoras the lead from the penalty spot. And Box Hill United really dominated the first 35 minutes or so before a cheap corner kick paved the way for the Boroondara lifeline back into the match. A Genevieve Fonts header at the back post levelled the scores. They finished the first half the better team, Boroondara. They come out breathing fire to start the second half. And it was a 67th minute strike from Sarah Bruner on an Emma Vane assist. That is the goal that sends the Eagles to the top of the table at the Easter break, on a night where Sarah Bruner goes into the record books as just the third player since 2002 to score in the first 6 games of a season, joining former Boroondara winger Correa Aquino and the legendary Catherine Zimmerman. What a performance, what a victory for Luca Var and the Boroondara Eagles. They go to the top of the table. It will be an enjoyable Easter weekend for Boroondara, who are in the penthouse on 16 points, 1 point clear of FC Bulleen Lions on 15 points. Box Hill United in third, also on 15 points. Goal difference separating Bulleen and Box Hill. But, oh, what it is to be an Eagle right now. Sitting on top, looking down at everybody, 1 point clear, and with a game in hand as well that looms large. And what a wonderful match of women's football we have seen here tonight at the Veneto Club. Boroondara come from behind for the first time in 2 years to win, and what a win it was. For myself, Brent Sternberg, and our cameraman Rahman is looking at me saying, let's go. The final score here at the Veneto Club. Boroondara 2, Box Hill United 1.